Fostering is when children can't live at home for whatever reason and they're removed, and we're foster carers, so we take those children into our homes and they live with us for a time. It can be for whatever reason, if their families are unwell or unable to look after their children, and they come to us, and then we look after them while things are being sorted at home, whether that be that they're going back home and that family needs help, or whether they need to find other family members to look after their children. And fostering can be for one night, or it can be for 2 years. That's a short-term placement, up to 2 years. And then if the children can't go home ever for whatever reason, then they go into long-term care, and that means they stay with a foster family for the rest of their lives. If we didn't have that system in Australia, then those children would be in orphanages and institutions. And so they grow up in a different environment, an environment where they don't have the family dynamics that they have here. So what Australia has done is we've gotten rid of all our orphanages and all our institutions, and every Australian that's in foster care goes into a family environment, and that could be, single parents, gay couples. It doesn't matter what kind of dynamic, but it's a home.
Foster is important because also it sets a foundation, and I think a lot of kids need a foundation, something they can build their life on. And sometimes kids that we've seen who've been for us more than a year have that foundation, so set routines and know what it means to come home and have a dinner, what it means to come home and know what time to go to bed, the right time and stuff like that. So it sets rules and foundations which they can then follow on and take on, I guess, back with their families, or take on as they get older. So foster is important because it basically helps them to establish themselves. It puts some, it gives them some ideals, it gives them some purpose into follow directions and stuff like that.
Fostering's really opened my eyes, especially to what can happen to children. Things that I see on TV or the news, that never really brought it home, that it could be possible that children get neglected and abused so deeply. And so that's something I've found, that along the way with children, I can't unlearn that, and I know that some of those evils are in the world. To see them, especially when they go to families after we've had them for a time, and then they move on, either they go home, which is really good for them in the best case scenario, or if they're going to go to long-term families or be adopted. So just to see that is a really big reward, to go to a family that's been really trying for a baby for years and years and years, and then we have this beautiful baby that's not on drugs anymore and is just able to go to them and we know they're going to be loved and in a really good environment.
I was never asked to.
Timmy, how are you, mate?
Good.
So how old are you?
7.
7.
Rewards, especially with Tim, was amazing. He was absolutely a miracle. He was on his deathbed when I went to visit him, and he'd been severely neglected, and he was in
Tube fed.
Yeah, his body was just going into shutdown, so his organs were dehydrated and they didn't know if he was going to make it. And we talked about it and we thought we're going to bring him home, we're going to love him, and we're just going to pray that he makes it. And he did. We started 12 and a half years ago, and our baby was 2. We've taken care of almost 50 children. How we remember every child is from our first little boy that we took for a couple of days. We started an album and we took a picture of that little boy. His name was Jacob, and the date he arrived and the date he left and how old he was, and we numbered him. And then every child after that we've had a photo of, and all of that information.
You find it's contagious. It affects our friends and family, affects our kids and their friends. I mean, my daughter has a friend, Maddie, who comes in and she's like one of our kids, but with our foster kids, she loves them and hugs them and talks to them. Little Timmy especially, when he sees, he lights up to see Maddie, you know what I mean? So it just basically, anyone who's around us ends up becoming foster carers too.
Realistically, I really do love having babies, and my children love it. And we normally, a child leaves and then we normally take a nice break and do something fun for ourselves and have a little holiday. I like to just check my kids are all still okay with sharing their home and their mum and dad. And yeah, then we just make that call, and there's always another baby at the hospital that needs a home to go to.
I think it's probably taken a big effect on my life, you know. Probably end up doing it in the future with my own family.
Just normal for me. Yeah.
Actually, it's got better and better each time because the kids know how to handle it. The foster kids enjoy it. Babies are easier in the sense that they grow up in the family. It's harder for me because I don't sleep at night time, but anyway, what can I do? But at the end of the day, it's great, and no, we don't want to give it up. We're still young, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're still young, yeah, so we'll probably do it until, I guess, we had enough, but I'll probably be here for a long time.
You open it up like this, and then you've got to stop it to measure it, you lock it, okay, yep, that's done.
Bye.